Alright, well, how's everybody doing? What I got here, besides a mess that I'm working in, is a new upper that I got a little while back from Bear Creek Arsenal. 7.62, 16-inch heavy barrel, 1 in 10 twist, M-LOK side charger. So, I've always been kind of curious about these side chargers. You know, I've seen them for a couple years. I would say they have some positives and probably have some negatives. This is just a cheap CV Life scope that I had laying around that I put on here. Probably going to try to go out and just shoot some groups just to see what it does with that. But I guess a few improvements they've made to these. You know, these didn't used to come with like any type of O-ring, and the timing on this, because it doesn't have the charging handle back here like a normal one. So they put a little rubber O-ring on here, and it kind of helps with the, you know, the timing of the screw. Otherwise, you know, you'd probably have to grind it down to where it, you know, timed just right to where the flat part was there where you need it to be. And this handle, I guess, I mean, it is, you know, it is going to be reciprocating. You know, it's going to be, you know, going back and forth. So, I mean, that might be a negative, you know, to some people. I mean, obviously, this upper receiver is not mil spec, you know, nowhere near mil spec. Just for, you know, comparison's sake, this is a 300 blackout that I'm going to put this lower on this one and shoot it, but you can see that it actually looks like it's quite a bit. If you can see it, it looks like it's probably, you know, this one's quite a bit thicker. Can you see that? Probably not. Let me see if I can get a better camera angle. Sorry, but if you can see, you know, it looks like the Bear Creek one there, it's quite a bit thicker. Obviously, you don't have the forward assist, which, you know, the charging handle is going to be your forward assist, you know, but comparing them underneath, you can see it looks like, you know, this is the side charger here, and it looks, you know, quite a bit thicker, you know, to me. And then of course the other side, this side, sorry, it's, you know, going to be, you know, totally different, where you know, this has more of a contour, different, you know, like a standard mil spec receiver, and this is just a flat, you know, which I guess, you know, they made these, I guess, to try to save, you know, save some manufacturing, save a little bit of, you know, money and expense on the manufacturing. And you know, I don't know, I figured if you're going to get one, you might as well get one in 7.62 by 39. And the other, I guess, what I would consider a drawback compared to a regular, you know, AR is you have to, you know, to take the bolt out, you have to take this charging handle off. And I'm going to go ahead and take this apart, because I'm going to probably put a little bit of, I've heard stories of these coming loose. I'm going to clean it off a little bit, put a little Loctite on there. But then also I need to take this bolt out and just wipe this bolt down and clean this bolt off a little bit. But you know, you'll notice, because there's no forward assist, there isn't any you know, serrations there on the side, you know, for the forward assist, and the bolt is just kind of a, you know, plain Jane bolt. You can see a little bit of machining marks, although not terrible. You know, there's a little bit of machining marks there, but nothing ridiculous or anything. But this just has the oil that came with on it. I'm gonna take it off and, you know, take it apart and, you know, clean it off and oil it down real good before I shoot it. But you know, I guess besides the serrations or whatnot, I mean, I guess this bolt, you know, you could throw this obviously in a, you know, a 7.62 by 39. Huh, that's a little different right there. I just now noticed that. But anyways, other than the, you know, the bolt head, which you can change out, you could probably throw this in a regular AR-15 and it'd be fine. Although if you put a regular AR-15 bolt in here, I don't know how you would get it charged. I mean, there's no way to, get it going without the side charger. So with anything, there's pluses and negatives, and I've been looking at these for a while, and I thought, if I'm gonna get one, I might as well get it. And if you're gonna get one, I felt like 7.62 by 39 would probably be the best caliber to get it in, just because it's something different. It would probably be more similar to an AK type of thing with the charging handle, and I don't know. So I don't know. We'll get it cleaned up, put it back together, and maybe go out here and shoot it and see what happens. Alright, so the ammo that I'm going to be shooting is just the standard Wolf Classic. And then I've got some of this that's kind of intriguing. I'll see how it shoots. It's a PPU 123 grain. I bought this because it's supposed to be reloadable and everything, and I just want to see really nice ammo, PPU for an AK type of thing. The problem I've had with that ammo before, and I've even tried to reload for 7.62 by 39, is everything, my SKS and my AK, they just tear up brass cases. Like they just tear them up something terrible. So I'm hoping maybe this rifle here won't be as rough on them, and maybe I'll be able to salvage a few to maybe reload someday. But that's what I got, so let's see what it does here. Alright, well, there's my setup here, and I got a target 50 yards downrange right there. So we're going to see what happens. As you can see, there's a little bit of snow on the ground here, just in the back here in the shade by this fence row, and these trees is about all that's left. We got a little bit overnight, and then when the sun comes out the next day, it pretty much melts most of it gone, except just for what's in the shade. So I'm back here in the shade with the snow, shooting 7.62 by 39. Let's see what happens. Alright, I think I'm decently sighted in for what it is now, so I'm going to try to focus in down here and shoot a few groups, or shoot a group. This is a Wolf. Whoops. So you see my two practice shots there, trying to get the scope where I want it. So I'm just going to go ahead and let her rip here and see what happens. Well, I have to go back and watch that, but it looked like I had a pretty good group going, and what I was worried about happened. I need to I tightened that scope mount down as tight as I could tighten it. I didn't put Loctite on it, which now I'm thinking I should have, because just the reciprocation of the bolt, I think, on this gun back and forth, that scope was almost about ready to fall off the gun. And as the scope started becoming loose, I think the group started drifting to one side. So I'm gonna have to try to tighten that scope back down a little bit tighter, and I'll try to shoot maybe another group here and see what happens. I think I'm just gonna do maybe 3-shot group on this one, and then see what it looks like, and then maybe check the scope, make sure it's still zeroed in. Or see, all right, I'm gonna try it again. This is with the PPU ammo, and I got the scope back on there about as tight as I can get it. I don't know, I've never been like a big fan of those CV Life. I mean, they're okay. I've had one on my 22. It's done okay, but I didn't know how well it would hold up to, you know, the 7.62 by 39, and it looks like my elevation is a little bit off. Of course, that's at 50 yards. Alright, target's at 75 yards. It's the Wolf Classic ammo. I'm going to try to shoot one more group from 75 yards. See what it looks like. Alright, well, I really hope I got that on tape, because although my scope elevation was off, I mean, that was 10 shots of Wolf HPA or what is this stuff? Wolf Military Classic ammo at 75 yards, and it was 10 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shots within, I mean, that's probably at least 2 inches, probably a little bit less. So, you know, although my scope elevation was off, that's a nice little group right there with the steel case ammo. That's a heck of a lot better than you're going to get out of any AK. I don't care how much you pay for it. And then you know, the first group was shooting pretty good, and I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look and see what happened, but I'm pretty sure, you know, it's when my scope mount started, you know, coming loose, and that's totally my fault. I guess I didn't, I mean, I thought I had it tight, but I didn't have it tight enough for the recoil that thing's gonna produce. But, you know, then you can see the group, as the scope mount came loose, it started stringing and strung way out on me. Then that PPU ammo shot real good. There's my first 3 shots. I did some sighting in, but then, you know, that was so it had 10, or see, yeah, 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 shots right there. So then again, you know, that's pretty good. I mean, that's within a, you know, probably 2.5 inch group, you know, maybe 2 inch group. So I mean, this gun will shoot. Bear Creek barrel, you know, heavy barrel, it'll shoot better than any AK I've ever seen, or at least the ones that I've shot. So, you know, and I mean, this scope is not the best scope by any means. It's, you know, $35 Amazon scope. So, you know, if this thing had a decent, you know, some kind of decent scope on it, you know, you could probably do better, you know, with that. So anyways, I don't know, that's all I got. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.